G'day kids and mums and dads, Aaron here. Thanks for tuning in to another one of our online instructional videos. These videos are at the heart of what we do here at Charlie Boots. We're all about kids having fun and getting creative. So in this video, we're going to be building and painting our humpback whale. All right, so the first thing we need to do is find out what's inside the box. So take the lid off, and the first thing you'll see is our instructions. So I think the best thing for you guys to do is before you do anything else is to read through all of these from front to back to really understand how this model goes together. So you're going to open it all the way up because the instructions start from 1, 2, 3, 4, through to 12 on this page and through to step 19 here on the back with some lovely pictures there too. So really familiarize yourself with all of the instructions. And there's even a bit of a prompt here, read before assembling. So go through the instructions one step at a time. Really good idea. Don't punch out all the pre-cut putts at once. Yeah, perfect idea. You just want to take them out as you need them, and you take them out as the steps tell you to. In the board, we'll have our plastic wrapped parts to build the humpback whale. It's wrapped in plastic so it keeps the parts dry and free from any moisture and also keeps them clean. So make sure, kids, when you take the plastic off, put it straight in the bin for me, okay? You don't want to have this as a choking hazard for any younger brothers and sisters. We also have our booklet here about the humpback whale, and this is a really awesome little addition to this kit. It talks all about the humpback whale, what sort of beast they are, what do they eat, you know, what does the whale song mean, how is the humpback whale doing after all those years of whaling. So that's in the box. We've got our booklet, our wooden model, and we have our instructions. So let's open it up and get stuck into it. So you may find you need to get a knife or some scissors to cut this open. If you do, always get mum and dad's permission, of course. Now, take the plastic off and make sure, as we said, we put it in the bin. And just be careful when you're taking it off that you don't pop out any of those pieces. Now, you'll see here that all the pieces are numbered, and this also corresponds to the instructions, which also have all the pieces numbered. You can see here, starting at the top, we've got piece 26, 25, 24. So we'll open our instructions up so we don't miss any steps. And step 1, find pieces 1 and 2 on the board. Let's get into it. So piece 1, this is piece 1 here. And when you pop these out, if you haven't done anything like this before, you take your time and you do this, the big edge first. Don't try and pop it from where there's these slots here. You don't want to damage that. All the pieces for the whale are actually pretty big. There's not a lot of small ones here, which is great. So we found piece 1, and piece 2 is this one here. Now, the best way to pop piece 2 out is to just push in these 2 corners here. And push through here, and you see it starts rotating out. You go from the other side, slowly pull it out. Making sure that you see here these little pieces here. We definitely don't want to break them. We take our time. Out it comes. All right, so instructions say in step 3, we have piece 1 and we have piece 2, and that piece 2 slots on top of piece 1, and you've got to make sure, if you look at the instructions, this is how piece 2 goes. You have these little side pokey bits here and down the bottom. And it goes into the first slot and on the middle slot on piece 2. Like that. And then we follow up with piece 3 and piece 4. So here's piece 3. Came out nice and easy, and it slides in there like so. And then piece 4, and you'll see that piece 4 has the attachments for what do you call the pectoral fins of the whale, and those are the front fins of the whale. So we've done step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're up to 5, and we need pieces 5, 6, 7 go along the back here. So 5, 6, and 7. So start with 5 so we don't get ahead of ourselves. 5, 6, 7. And 7 slots in that last one on the back there. So always try and hold the model just as it appears in the instructions. That way you won't get confused. Sorry, that was step 5. Now it's time for 6, and that is to put piece 8 up here on the left-hand side. And here's piece 8. Nice big piece of the whale. I love this model because it's got all the detail here across the top of the whale, like the barnacles that are growing on its nose. And it has the same on the fins as well. I really do love the detail in this model. So piece 8 slots in just in there like that, beautifully, so nice. Now step 7, we turn the model around and then we put piece 9 in the other side, just like we did with piece 8. Do you guys know what whales eat? Krill and plankton. They have what's called baleen plates in their mouth. So that was step 7. Now we're back over on step 8. We're going to turn it back around this way and you'll find piece 10, which is this piece here. And it slots in through here. So step 8, step 9, we get piece 11, do the same thing on the other side. There it goes, all the way in. Now we need step 10, so we need pieces 12 and 13, and they go in either side here of the main center piece and the right piece and the left piece. 12 goes in on the right hand side. But both these pieces are in actual fact identical. Piece 15 wants to pop out, so we'll just put that there. If you do find that some of the pieces pop out before you need them, just put them down and make sure you don't forget where they are. So, piece 12, right down in through there. And what that's doing is closing in the gaps in the head of the whale here. So we have something to paint later on. And we take piece 13, which is still part of step 10, and in it slides on the other side of the center line. Here we go. So always following instructions, we've done step 10. Step 11 is very similar, but we have piece 14 on the right hand side and piece 15 on the left hand side, filling in these gaps in here on the outside of the head. So we need piece 14 first, and in it goes. Then we have, oh, that's right, piece 15's already popped out. Step 12 is we need piece 16. It's got a nice big long mouth slit there as well, just like it would. And it goes in here on the side. So now the whale, it's getting some personality. We can see his eye. We can see that big wide mouth that he opens up so wide to catch so much water. And we're all finished the instructions on this side. Flip it over. And you can see we've only got 7 more steps to do. First of those is step 13, and we need piece 17, which is another piece that has the eye of the humpback whale in there as well. Some lovely, really detail here, and this is a very fine slot that's been cut into this piece using the laser. Step 14, you guys see that? Yep, 18, 19, and 20. So 18 comes out first. Now we need 19, and I'm going to use the tail of the whale. That was step 14, piece 18, 19, and 20, just under here, 18, 19, 20. Now it's time for step 15 and piece 21, which is the tail of the whale. Push it all the way in, we can't go any further. So the whale is just about finished, but it is missing something. It's got a tail, yep. It's got a big wide mouth and big body, but it's missing its pectoral fins. So luckily, step 16 and 17, we put them on. So step 16, piece 22, all the way in, so it can't go any further. I'm really liking how this whale is looking. I think it looks fantastic. I wonder if my kids will want to have a play with it. I'm sure they will. And then step 17 is piece 23, goes on this side. So our whale is finished, but it needs a stand. So step 18 is piece 25, 26, and 24. So 25, '26 goes on this side, 25 goes on this side. And then the whale, you'll see that there's a section here of the whale where none of the wood pieces are in. And that's where we slot the whale onto its stand. And then we're finished. Very cool. And that looks amazing here. Let's do a close-up. All right, now that our beautiful humpback whale is built, it's time to get her painted. So the first thing we're gonna do is paint this white section here, and then we'll let that dry, and then we'll do this sort of blue-gray over the top, and take a little bit of that and then do some detail in around where the mouth is here and the throat. This is a bigger area here where it expands to let lots of water in. That's why you have these ridges here. What we're gonna do is use a piece of cardboard that came with the box, and that's going to be our mixing palette. What you don't want to do is put too much paint on that it takes too long to dry. I'm going to use the same mixture that I made here to do my blue-grey over the top. So for that, I'm going to start with some blue. Good dollop of blue. And then I can get some black. Actually, before I do black, I'll do my white. I'll do equal quantities of black and white in here. So just about finished the right side. You can see here I'm getting every little spot where there might be a bit of timber. You don't want to see that. You just want to see painted surfaces everywhere. Underside of the tail. Now I'm going to use this same paint, as I said, to put some details on the underside here. Just what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my palette here, get a bit of paint on there, and just take a bit of excess off. I'm just going to sort of spike it on like that. And then the last thing to do is to put an eye on our whale. What we're going to do is we're going to try and do a little brown eye just right in here on either side. And for that I'm going to do a trick. I'm going to use the end of my brush, and we're going to dip it into the brown. You can see the laser cut eye is there. Perfect. And on the other side.